So in this video, I want to talk about the series known as In Another World with a Smartphone, Season 3. Now, for those that have been on my channel for a long time, you would know that one of the first types of videos that I made on the channel were called Will It Happens. So if you see a lot of titles on YouTube, and I'll get to the point why I'm talking about this and why I bring it up, and it does have to do with In Another World with a Smartphone, but it was one of those things that I made on the channel. I wanted to talk about the chances of a series and weigh up the positives and the negatives and also debunk a lot of fake information. And that's why there are a lot of channels out there that do news type stuff like this that have Will It Happen, was because I actually started a trend. Not to boast my own ego, it's big enough as it is, but I actually started that trend. I'm quite proud of myself on that. But the downside is a lot of channels will use it just to kind of ride off of it, and then they'll just put in a bunch of rubbish that's like a bot that talks. But one of the first series that I ever covered in the Will It Happens was In Another World with a Smartphone Season 2. It was Roselia Vampire and this series. And I talked about it multiple times, saying how I did not think this would ever get a Season 2. And the reason why was because I always was very firm on the idea that it was a source material seller. Surprise, surprise, Season 2 got announced. It was one of those that I actually got wrong, and I'm happy to admit it. When I make mistakes, I own them. And this was one of those. But I also do still actually believe that Season 1 was a source material seller. But I also think Season 2 is exactly the same. And what I mean by that is that one of the things that's now starting to happen in the anime industry with studios and publishers is they do sequels as a way to re-promote the source material. They don't really intend to do a full adaptation, they just intend to do enough of an adaptation to continuously pump the volumes up. Now you can say, well, isn't that kind of what they do with all animes? Not necessarily. Like, for example, Overlord, they intend to do a full adaptation. And that's because mainly they're also trying to sell merchandise, collaborations, other products that are in association. In Another World with a Smartphone, I see as mainly the anime being a source material seller. And I think Season 2 was used as a way to try and re-promote and re-boost up the light novel sales, probably because as time went on, it slowly started to dip. Now, that's normal. Mangas and light novels have that all the time. They do an anime adaptation, their sales spike up, and then as time goes on, it slowly dips down as people kind of read other things and have other hobbies, and then another season of the anime will come out and it will reinvigorate interest and push people back into the series again to catch up on it. I do believe Season 2 was a source material seller, but I do also think there is a chance that a Season 3 could happen if they use it as another form of reboosting the light novel sales when the light novel series draws to its full conclusion and a little bit of time after that's happened. There are some light novels that have had full completed stories, and then a little bit after that, like a year or so later, they then do another season for the anime to try and boost those light novel sales up as a last, as I like to say, as a last huzzah to get those sales as best as possible to that audience that may have dropped it off and forgot about it and go, oh, this series still exists, oh, the story's finished, oh, I'll go get the light novels and finish that story off and get that conclusion. So I do think there is a chance for a Season 3. I just don't think it's something that's slam dunk 100%, but I do think there is a slimmer of hope for it. But if it does happen, that's what I think it'll be used for, as a sell the light novels. So I hope that kind of gives an idea of where I think things are going to be. As far as Blu-rays and DVD sales, I do get asked that quite a lot. Those don't matter because at the end of the day, most of the time, like 9 times out of 10, light novels, Blu-rays and DVDs sales are generally pretty low, though there are some series out there that do boost up really high, but those are, again, exceptions to the rules. But in this case, the physical copies for the Blu-rays and DVDs weren't that high, but it's more about the hard copy sellings of the light novels, and then of course you still get money back from things like streaming licenses and all that kind of stuff as well. So that's how I see it. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Did you enjoy In Another World with a Smartphone? If anything does change, you know me, I will cover it on the channel and update you as soon as possible with my human body when it comes to covering as much anime news as possible. So again, if you like this video, hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you beautiful nerds in the next video.